Good morning, is it from Zwetster's lab. Did not even had breakfast yet, but it's like a factory in here and I just gotta share something. But first of all, look at me. I'm wearing one of my vintage tablecloths, recycled, refurbished, whatever you call it, tops. Still one of my favorites. This was just one large, not large, but I mean this was, I had to mix and match and whatever, cut it up in smaller pieces, but this was the whole little tablecloth. I think it had four little squares, and then it had these beautiful braidings. So I used, you can see, three of the squares, and the fourth one I had to cut up. But look, the patterns, isn't it just gorgeous? But this is beside the point. Bella Blobs and Charlie Chaplin, look, he is now as big as his older sister, mother, I don't know what you call them. They're not from the same, they both Bostons, but not from, you know what I mean. So I have been, it's like a factory. I have been fixing, changing, framing, lots of stuff from yesterday. This was the video I showed you where I framed these two beautiful paintings into the thrifting frames. And after I did that, I realized, you know what, let me just keep going. But this one is also, this painting is from another, it is a Visser. It is a very, very famous artist from South Africa. So this, it was my mother's. So my son inherited it. So it has been hanging here in our house, but look how beautiful, but now it's going to him. But the sad thing was, my previous cleaner, she cleaned it a lot, and then because of the little cloth, some of the paint came off there. But guess what? Hubby, my husband, is a perfectionist and also a very, very good artist. He just never do art because he's too busy with other things. But last night he was just using my oils and he just fixed it. Isn't it gorgeous? Look there. Oh my. The depth is just beautiful. But what I actually wanted to share is that painting. Years ago, it was in 2011, we went to visit my son and his newlywed wife, Jenny, in China. She's from mainland China. So we went to visit them and we were just walking one day at a cultural village, and I've met this wonderful artist. She was just sitting there painting in a little room, and we started to chat. And out of the blue, she just blessed me with this beautiful painting. So the awesome thing is, yesterday, as I was taking it out, I've never framed it. It was just really packed away very, very deeply. I decided, you know what, this was also a thrifted frame. And when I was busy with my sons, I thought, what can I put in this frame? What can I put in this large frame for me? Because this now needs to go in the place where that Visser one came off. And I remembered this one, and guess what? It was the perfect size to fit into this frame. But then I ran into a little problem. I didn't know if that writing was upright or which side's going to be up. Oh, Charlie Chaplin, really, really, Charlie. He's now kissing me. And I had to ask her, and she said, no, it's right like this. This is this upside. And the painting's name is why are the flowers so red? But isn't it just gorgeous? I am so, so happy, so thankful that I remembered this. And now for the first time, it is in a frame, and it's gonna go, there it goes, for fetch his ball. So it's gonna be, find a place in my house, and I am just absolutely in love. Just so much. Look at this, man. I mean, you can see my house. Usually it is not as crazy as this, but our son is leaving today, so he needs to take lots of these things. I am still sorting out paintings for him. He would like this. A man with his guitar. I did this during COVID. This was my COVID. What I did in COVID is I painted on music sheets. So he wants this one for his music room. And then he loved this, my donkey, my Shrek donkey. So he's taking this one as well, because guess what? The more he takes, the more changes I can do in my house, you know. So that's why I said, when I took that one off, I had to replace it. And now that one is going to go in its place. And then there are all my other paintings that I must still sort out to take to Thailand for the Christmas market. So I still need to go through all of these. There you can see a jelly plate print. Oh, this is a horse. Look how beautiful. That is A3, and it's done with jig and not paint, not oil that you put in a pen, ink. It's done with ink, and then when you add the jig over the ink, it makes this beautiful thing. Isn't that gorgeous? This is just a woman playing a drum. This was also one of these. Remember yesterday, my paintings of yesterday in the new frames? Here he comes with his rope. The paintings that was done mono printing, and this was also one of the mono prints. But the awesome thing with this is, now look at them. Now they are playing. You know, never a dull moment here. So the awesome thing with this is, when you monoprint, you first paint on a glass type of thing. So you put your picture beneath the glass, and then you paint on the glass. Perspex is the name. And then you take it to a press, a roller press, that you pressed that onto a piece of paper. But you are supposed to put the paper in water for about 20 minutes, and then you just dab it a little bit, take all the excess water off, and then you put it through the press. Now look at this. Guess what I did? I was in such a hurry that I forgot to put my paper in the water to soak. It needs to soak. So I just put it in very quickly, used it, and look at it is actually a mess. It is a huge mess, but I absolutely love this. Isn't this so gorgeous? So actually, instead of the printer's ink going into the paper, this was more on top of it, and it was sliding a little bit. So look at, but I am absolutely in love. So guess what? It's not always the messes, sometimes became your favorites. This I did at an art workshop. It has got lots, also ink and jig, and then the pastels. Can you believe it? Pastels. And voila, this is just, still love it. Look at the little hands. It's my worship, glad to be alive painting. And these are just acrylics. I am definitely not going to show you everything, but look there, another ink and jig. Look, a woman and a horse. Oh, I love these. I really, and this was another mono print. Look how gorgeous. But as I told you yesterday, I made about 20 in 2 days. This is also, I cannot remember what this is. Watercolor and charcoal. Another watercolor. Really, can you believe it? This is another watercolor, and I did use some pastels in here as well. This is another one of my mono prints. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous, gorgeous. I just put in the little people later on, I think. Look at a beautiful eucalyptus tree. It's just acrylics. Acrylic, so you can see I have many paintings. This is my carrot people. These are all my A3 paintings. These are my carrot people, and you can see the girls, they are looking towards that man. Very glad to see him. Ink jig, another ink jig, and pastels. Acrylic donkey. And there was just a large jelly plate print that I just tore out, used some paper to just put on the jelly plate to make my carrot people. Love it, love it, love it. Acrylic. Look there, another jelly plate. And this is, oh, there it goes under my couch. Look. This is another one of those mono prints, but then we used the color. And once again, I was in a rush and I didn't let the paper soak long enough, and then it became this. And guess what? I love it. This is the same. That is exactly what happened also. But isn't it gorgeous? Look at this was supposed to be, flowers. I painted it all on, and when I pressed it, it moved. This was also one of the mono prints. Oh, I've forgotten about all of these. Let me quickly go and show you one. My eucalyptus leaves that I pluck. As I said, my whole house is in shambles because all those things need to go with my son as well. Look there, another one of those mono prints. Isn't it gorgeous? It's not perfect because, you know me, as I said, too quick, too rushed, and I just follow my excitements, so why take hours when you can make 20 and see what happens? That was my motto. This is just the spare room, my mother-in-law's little handbag, but this is so cute. You can put your hands in there. It keeps your hands warm. So in winter you wear this as a bag and then you put your hands in there. Isn't it gorgeous? This is just a painting I did, acrylics. That is me and my dogs and my daughter-in-law. My son took the photo and I just did it. Another one of my favorites, the dancing girl, also on music sheet. Another favorite painting of mine. Look at me, as I walk, the dogs come with. Charlie, don't scratch. This is one of my favorites. It's a poppy, but just look at the colors. Oh, I love it. So I just wanted to share my journey this morning with you, just telling you that the factory is open, and the beautiful story about this painting. So I got this in 2011. An artist just blessed me with it. I mean, really, all the way from mainland China. I carried it in hand luggage. And now, 15 years later, it's framed. Perfect timing. Never too late. Whatever you do at this moment, this is what you're supposed to do. So it's always perfect. Perfect moment. It wasn't wasted. There are just my wall with many more paintings and thingies. Well, I better make husband some food, feed the fish, feed my dogs. Look how beautiful they are. Saying that it's gonna rain, but they kept saying that for the last couple of days. So we're still waiting to see. My favorite, look at this beautiful beauty. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Charlie Chaplin, please. He now wants me to pull. And there is my beautiful, beautiful flowers in pots. Wish you could be here to smell this. It is just beautiful. Love you lots, is it from Zetster's Lab, and may you find your excitement today so that you can just create a beautiful life. I am pulling him behind me. I just want to show you this hibiscus. This is another hibiscus. Oh, so gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. There's my fish pond. Another yellow hibiscus there. Little bit of daisies. Couple of daisies. This is it. Oh, Charlie Chaplin, really. Love you lots. Is it from Zetster's Lab?